So good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our synchronous class where we are going to have a discussion for today, and we will start our day with a prayer. Let me share my screen. Can you see the screen now?
Yes, miss.
Okay. So let us put ourselves in the holy presence of God as we all say, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
The thing to try when all else fails is again. The person who really wants to do something finds a way. The person who does not finds an excuse. The person who prevails is the person who refuses to give up. The person with the mental toughness is the person who will triumph. The testing of your faith produces perseverance. The man who can get up one more time than the time he's knocked down is going to be the winner. Being knocked down is not a problem, but staying down is a problem. Get up, because success begins by getting up one more time than you've been knocked down. The Bible declares in Proverbs 24:16, listen to this: for though a righteous man falls 7 times, he rises again. For though a righteous man falls 7 times, he rises again. Again. You're not a failure for falling down. You're a failure for staying down.
You know, it's amazing how many people in the world have done phenomenal things after having failed numerous times in their life. And so failure doesn't have to be the end. Making mistakes doesn't have to be the end. I think most people, if they're going to be successful, they have to press through some things. And one of the things that we tend to do, or one of the lies that the enemy tells us is, well, there's just no way. There's no way. There's no way out. But we have to remember that there's always a way out. And those of us who are believers in Jesus Christ know that he said in John 14:6, I am the way. We may not know the way, and he may not be telling us the way, but he wants us to believe that he is the way maker. God will make a way for you, but he does require you to never give up.
You may be tired today. You've been dealing with a challenge in your health, a relationship, in your finances for years. You used to believe that you would overcome, but now you're worn down. You don't think it's ever going to happen. Let me encourage you. What God promised, he's still going to bring to pass. You may have given up, but God has not given up. He has your healing, your breakthrough, your promotion, the right people. Now do your part. Get your passion back. Start taking hold of his strength. Don't allow that weariness in.
Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. So as our prayer have mentioned, do your part and bring your passion back. So I hope everybody will do their part and bring their passions back and become the best version of yourselves in the future. So before we continue, I'd like to get your attendance, and please do correct me if I stated your name wrongly. Is that clear?
Miss.
Okay. So let's have Abrigana.
Brigana Miss present.
Okay. Auman. Auman. Okay. Bahinting.
Bahinting, Miss Present.
Okay. Bakal Junior.
Bakal, Miss Present.
Okay. Bearing.
Bearing, Miss Present.
Okay. Kabiso.
Present, Miss Kabiso.
Kabusas.
Present, Kabusas.
Kapaseti.
Capacity, Miss Present, Miss.
Okay. Cortez. Flores.
Miss Present.
Fuentes.
Fuentes, Miss Present.
Henon.
Henon, Miss Present.
Partizano. Ikasiyam. Is this correct?
Yes, Miss, that is correct. Present, Miss, by the way.
Ignalig.
Acknowledgements present, Miss.
Okay. Igot. Igot. Halandone.
Halandone, Miss Present.
Hamora.
Hamora, Miss.
Jose.
Jose, Miss Present.
Labrada.
Labrada, Miss Present.
Lucero. Cortez. Okay.
Present Cortez, Miss.
Okay. Next, Lucero. Mahusay.
Mahusay, Miss.
Okay.
Present.
Malazarte.
Di daw kasud si Malasarte, Miss, kay wala nawa daw internet nila.
Ooh. How about Malingin? Malunhaw.
Lunaw, Miss Present.
Mausisa. Is it correct?
Yes, Miss Mosisa present.
Melancholico.
Melancholico, Miss Present.
Okay. Mercadal.
Mercadal, Miss Present, Miss.
Is it Moron or Moron? How do you say this? Nylon.
Nylon, Miss Present.
Ochia.
Ochia, Miss Present.
Oracoy.
Oracoy, Miss Present.
Okay. Roble. Ruby.
Ruby, Miss Present.
Saavedra.
Saavedra, Miss Present.
Sumbilon.
Sumbilon, Miss Present.
Sumiller. Sumilier.
Familiar, Miss. Familiar, Miss Present.
Okay. Suson. Tan.
Tan, Miss Present, Miss.
Orzal. Vargas. Villarin. Okay. So that would be for our attendance. Now, I'd like you to see our virtual virtual classroom rules, and I hope you all will apply with this one. Let us first have our virtual classroom rules. Number 1, be on time. Number 2, turn your camera on. This is to promote focus. Number 3, mute your microphone unless it's your turn to speak. Number 4, raise your hand if you want to say something. You may also say permission to speak now. Number 5, do not do other tasks while the class is ongoing. Number 6, attend online class prepared and participate. Number 7, do not eat or drink near your devices. Number 8, be respectful. Number 9, dress code. Be careful what you wear when you are on an online class. Number 10, let us follow the rules. Okay, so I hope everybody will follow the rules, and you can disregard the rule number 2 and number 7. You can eat in your area as long as your equipments are safe, okay? And then if your connection is good, then you may open your camera, and if not, then you may close your camera, and I would be glad to see your handsome faces if you open your camera. Okay. Is that clear?
Yes, Miss. Clear, Miss.
Great. So we are going to begin our class with a teaser on analyzation. So in which you are going to decipher scrambled words, 5 different scrambled words, which I am going to give scores to those who participate. Are you ready?
Yes, Miss.
Good. So let's start, and let's see if you can decipher. Though these are very simple words, it is very relevant in our topic. It is in our topic. Okay. Okay, we have word number 1.
Ako, Miss. Alandonim.
Okay, I'd like you to
Statistics, miss.
please do mention your name so that I can record your names, okay, with scores. Okay, Halandone, please.
Statistic, Miss.
Statistic. Let's see if it is statistics. Okay, Halandone, very good. It is indeed statistics. So Halandone.
Thank you, Miss.
Yes. And then let's have the next one.
Kabiso, miss. Kabiso. Kabiso, miss.
Okay, Bahinting is raising his hands. Okay, Bahinting, please open your mic and answer.
Bahinting, Miss. Analysis.
Analysis, let's see. Analysis, very good. Next, we have the next one.
Jose, Miss.
Jose.
Kabiso.
Okay, Jose.
Descriptive, Miss.
Okay, let's see. Descriptive, very good, Jose. Now let's have the next one.
Kabiso, miss. Kabiso.
Kabiso, okay.
Referential, miss.
Try again.
Referential.
I guess I need to call somebody else.
Ay, ko, miss. Inferential, miss.
Okay. Kabiso, right?
Yes, miss.
Okay, Kabiso. Next is, yes, it is inferential. Next is, okay, Hinon. He's been raising his hands. Okay, please open
Parameter,
your
miss.
mic.
Parameter.
Parameter. Let's try again.
Ay,
Orakoy, miss.
Rakoy, okay.
Parametrics, miss. Parametric.
Okay, parametric. Let's see. Parametric. Don't worry, because it is not the end of our discussion, we still have a lot to answer. The question is, are you ready to answer? Are you?
Yes.
Good. Then let us start with our. So now, let's see. So our objective for today is to define the meaning of statistical analysis and differentiate the different statistical tools, and then you will apply the different statistical tools in your research. I advise those mic who are open to please do mute your mic. I will do my job and you will do yours. Is that okay?
Okay, Miss.
Okay.
Excuse me, Cortez. Okay na, Miss.
Okay, thank you so much. So now, let's continue. So after all the necessary data has been gathered, so you're going to start gathering, and the next step on your research is to process your data. And this is the tools that you are going to use. So this is the series of action steps performed on the data to verify, organize, transform, integrate, and extract data using the appropriate tools. Okay, so that is why we are going to revolve ourselves around the world of statistics. And you are going to start with categorizing your data based on the objective or the purpose of your study. Data should be encoded numerically or alphabetically. Then data must be tabulated and analyzed using the exact or the appropriate statistical tools. That is why we are having this today. So we have levels of measurement, which we have 4, and the first one is nominal. Can somebody read it? Let me call on. Let's have Sombilon.
Nominal. Variables that are categorical and non-numeric, or where the numbers have no sense of ordering.
Okay, so what do you mean by that? So it means, nominal means that it is used for naming or labeling. This doesn't require numbers. So sometimes it is called named data. Okay, remember, nominal, no number. How about the second one, ordinal? Let's have mahusay.
Ordinal deals also with categorical variables like nominal level, but in this level, ordering is important.
Okay, so this one is the opposite of the nominal because ordinal uses numbers. It values the natural order of the process. Okay. Next, let's have the third one, which is interval. We are going to have capacity because a while ago he raised his hands.
Interval. One unit differs by a certain amount of degree from another unit. It does not possess an absolute zero.
Okay, so in interval, it defines a data type which is measured along a scale. So you guys, in your research, most of you use scale, so you are going to use this one, interval. So in this one, each point is placed as at equal distance from each other. It is also called an integer. Okay, next. The last but not the least, yes, John Ray, you can have the ratio. It's John
Ratio
Ray.
level.
Okay.
Yes, miss. Ratio level. Ratio level is the 0 points. A point is the only difference between ratio and interval level of the measurement.
Okay. So a ratio level is having the same properties as interval data with an equal and definitive ratio between each data and absolute zero being treated as the point of origin. Okay? Question? Before we officially open the part, is it okay now?
Okay na, miss. Sabta na, miss.
Okay, so Miller, you can now put down your hands, raising. And then let us, sorry about that, continue. So what is statistical analysis? I want Fuentes to read the statistical analysis. Fuentes, are you around?
Statistical analysis is the organization and analysis of quantitative or qualitative data using statistical procedures, including both descriptive and inferential statistics. It's the science of collecting, exploring, and presenting large amount of data to discover underlying patterns and trends.
Okay. So statistics is the science of collecting, exploring, and presenting large amount. That is what you are doing in your research. You are going to collect data, you are going to explore the data, and then you are going to present that. Also, the data will be in a large amount, right? And after that, of course, you are going to discover something new or something needs to be, what's that? Redo, something to redo. Okay? Hello? Am I clear?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so statistical analysis has two parts or has two subtopics, which are the following. It is descriptive and inferential. So we are going to start with descriptive. I want you all to listen because it is very important and every answer has an equivalent scores that will help you lift your grades. Now let's have descriptive. What is the descriptive analysis? Now I want Ignalig to read the descriptive. Ignalig? Is Ignalig around?
Wala,
Okay.
miss.
Ignalig is not around, but a while ago he was in our attendance. Next, let's have, yes, the one who raised hands. I wasn't able to see your name.
Saavedra, Miss.
Okay, Saavedra, please.
Descriptive. Profile questions and those that involve mere counting and tabulation are example of descriptive problems.
Okay, so in descriptive statistics, you are going to be with the counting, mere counting, just simple counting, and then tabulation, more on tabulation. Okay, this is a really simple part, and I hope you will understand this one easily. Now, we have, in the descriptive, we have frequency distribution. We also have a proportion, percentage, measure of central tendencies or MCT, and then we have variability or dispersion. And we are going to start with the frequency distribution. So frequency distribution, please. Ochia.
Yeah, Miss.
Okay, please.
Date frequency distribution. Data is collected and often organized into formats that are interpreted easily.
Okay. So it is stated there that collected and often organized into formats. So we have sets of numbers in here, and let these numbers become our participants. Okay? Can somebody tell me how many participants do we have?
Miss.
Name, please. Name? Yes, it is correct, 40. I want to know your name so that I can give you score. Hello?
Kabiso, Miss.
Kabiso.
Yes, Miss. Kabiso.
Okay, so Kabiso, very good. It is 40. And then, okay, these 40 participants are asked. So this is the demand. Let's see here. So you are going to arrange, or you are going to make a tabulation for these participants. In here, in our example, class limits, we have 13 to 15, we have 16 to 18, 19 to 21, 22 to 24, and 25 to 27. So every 13 to 15, you are going to count how many 13, 14, and 15 in there, in that tabulation, in the group of participants. And then after counting, you are going to put it into your tabulation as a frequency. So we have 13 to 15, we have 3 participants. And then 16 to 18, we have 11 participants. 19 to 21, we have 14 participants. 22 to 24, we have 7 participants. 25 to 27, we have 5 participants. How many participants in all? How many? How much is our frequency?
14.
40. Okay, 40. So our demands, or the class limits, our respondents are 40, right? And our frequency is also 40. Is it correct?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. I want you to remember that, because you might need that, or you might do that in the future. Now I'd like us to have an example. This one, daily demand of bread. I want somebody to have, or to give me, what are the demands in here. We have our participants here. Then can you tell me what are our demands?
1, 2, 3, 4, miss.
Name.
Coviso, miss.
Cabiso. Okay, Cabiso, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. In here, we have 1. We have 1. We have 2. We have 3. And we have 4. Okay. Now, I want Malingin to tell me what is the frequency or how many frequency does number 1 have?
Miss, 1. Frequency.
Okay, Malingin, we have our choices or our participants in here. How many number 1 do we have?
1 is 3.
Okay, 3. We have 3. Okay, now capacity. Yes, capacity. How many number 2 do we have? Capacity.
Kwan, miss. 6, miss.
Okay, 6. We have 6. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry for my penmanship. Please do understand. Okay, now. Okay, how about the others? Oh, there are hands being raised. Okay. Melancholico, how about number 3?
4, miss.
4. We have 4. Okay, how about let's have Bakal. Bakal.
Yes, miss.
Number 4.
2.
2. And what is the total? Abrigana.
15, miss.
15. So that is how we tabulate and have our frequency distribution. Okay? Any question with this one?
No, miss.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So remember, we have the number of our participants. Then you are going to make demands and frequency as your tabulation table. Okay? Okay. So let's move to the next page. Okay. Now we have the proportion. So let's have Orakoy to read the proportion. Orakoy?
Proportion. It is the total number of responses that falls into this category. It can be derived from the frequency distribution.
Okay, so the one who questioned a while ago is we can use the proportion for the ratio. Okay, so it said here that it can be derived from the frequency distribution. We have the same As you can see, we have the same example. Is it correct?
Yes, miss.
So we have our formula, which is P is equal to F over N. So P stands for the proportion, F stands for frequency, and N stands for the total number of frequency or responses. Now, question. What is the frequency of this one? Frequency.
40, miss.
Yes, name please.
Mahusay, miss.
Okay, mahusay, very good. It's really mahusay. So this is 40. Okay, there you go. And then we have the total number of frequency or responses. How many responses do we have again?
40, miss.
Yes, name please.
40, 40, miss.
Yes, name.
Kasha, miss.
Kasha?
Ikasham.
Ikasham. I'm sorry. Okay, so yes. So 40 over 40, what will be our answer?
1, miss.
1.
Miss. 1.
Very good. So 40 over 40, our answer or our ratio in each of the data is 1. Okay? Any question for this one?
Wala, miss.
Okay. Is it all understood? Okay, very good. Next. We have percentage. Now I want Mercadal to read the percentage. Oh. Mercadal?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Percentage.
Percentage simply means 100. It is the proportion expressed in percentage.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. This is not 5. I wasn't able to change it. It is 40, the one that we answered a while ago. Okay. So percentage is simply means per 100, right? It expresses in percentage. Proportion expresses in percentage. So our formula, we also have a formula for the percentage, and it is the symbol of percentage, this one, and we have F again for the frequency, and N for the number of cases or responses, okay, times 100. So again, we have the same example. So our frequency we have is 40. Here it is 40. And this one, our respondents, our responses is also 40, which we have done a while ago, right? Is it correct?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so now we have 40 divided by 40 is equals to
1, miss.
1, miss.
1 times 100 is equals to
100.
100. So our percentage is 100%. Okay, 100%. Is this clear?
Yes,
Do we have a question for this one?
None, Miss.
None. Okay. So let's continue. Now we have measure of central tendencies or MCT. So do not get confused with the names because it is the three of them are in MMM, right? But do not get confused. So mean is for Jose, please read.
Average value. How to find the mean? First, add up all the numbers. Second, divide the sum by the number of values. Example given. The mean of 3, 2, 10, 5 is 3 plus 2 plus 10 plus 5 divided by 4 is equals to 20 over 4. Then simplify is equals to 5.
Okay, I will just clarify. Okay, 3 plus 2 plus 10 plus 5 is equals to 20. And there are 4 of them, 4 numbers. That is why we are going to divide them into 4. So 20 divided by 4 is equals to 5. Is it correct? Okay. Now let's have the median. Now let's have Ikasham. Please.
Median, the middle number. How to find the median? Number 1, put the numbers from the smallest to largest. Number 2, the number in the middle is the median. If there are two middle numbers, add them and divide by 2. Thank you, Miss.
Okay, so let's have the example from the mean. If we are going to look for the median on the four numbers, we have, what numbers do we have again? We have 3 plus 2 plus 10 plus 5, right? Is it correct?
Yes.
Then we are going to put the number from smallest to largest. So we have 2, 3, 5, and 10. And then if the number is there are 2 middle numbers, so what are you going to do, Halandone? Halandone, what are you going to do if you have 2 numbers in the median?
Divide, Miss.
Okay, you have to divide it by how much?
Divide.
So you have to add both of them. You have to 3 plus 5 equals to 8. Divide 2, it is equals to 4. So our median is 4. Is this clear?
Okay, question, Miss.
Yes.
Ang atong range sa number, Miss, baka yun yung 3, 10, 2, 8, 7, 5, 2, 5, 2, Miss.
Later. Is it okay?
Okay, Miss.
Okay. So now let's continue with the mode. So mode, I want, oh, Halandone, do you want to have mode?
Yes, Miss.
Okay.
Mode, the most frequent number. Special cases. No mode if if all the numbers occur the same amount of
Times.
Yeah. More than one mode if more than one number is the most frequent.
Okay, when you say frequent, those are the numbers that keep on repeating. If you have So we have 3, 2, 10, and 5. Do we have a mode in there? Is there a number that repeats in there?
Na miss. Oh, sa 3
3,
wala.
3, 2,
Wala,
10, and 5.
wala miss.
Okay,
Wala.
no, because there is no repetitive number in that example. So we don't have a mode in there. Okay, now, may I know the one who questions me about these numbers? Who is that? Who was that again?
Ako miss. Mahusay miss.
Okay, Mahusay, I'd like you to get me the mean of these numbers below.
Okay, miss. 8 miss. Plus 2 plus 8 plus 7 plus 5 plus 2 plus 5 plus 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hala. Pwede decimal, miss.
Yeah.
4.89, miss.
Okay, so we have 4.89 as our mean. Okay?
Yes, miss.
Okay, are you happy now?
Okay, miss.
Okay, now let's have those who wasn't able to answer a while ago. Abrigana, are you around now?
Yes, miss.
Okay, I want you to have the median for this example. 3, 10, 2, 8, 7, 5, 2, 5, 2.
Kanang kan, miss. First nga 5, miss.
What do you mean first 5?
Oh, miss, kung i-arrange mo na siya, miss, kay 2, 2, 2, 3, 5, 5, 7, 8, 10 nga. Duham na siya ka 5, miss. So, katong first 5 ang pinakatunga.
Okay, very good. Very good. Next, let's have Tan. I wasn't able to hear you. Are you around, Tan? Oh. Kabiso?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so Kabiso, what is the mode of this example?
2, miss.
2. Very good, because 2 repeats 3 times, right?
Yes, miss.
Okay, very good. Do you have a question for this one?
Wala, miss.
No questions. Is everything clear?
Clear, miss.
Good.
Claro, miss.
So now let's have variability or dispersion. When you say dispersion, it is the distance of the numbers between each other. Example, we have 1 and 10. Their distance is far, and how about 3 and 2? Their distance is really near from each other. Is it correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, now we are going to have range. I want Flores to read for the range. Flores. Is Flores around? Yes, Lucero, you can have it.
Range is the difference between the greatest and the smallest value.
Okay. So can you have the example first? Okay, so range is the difference between the greatest and the smallest value. When you say greatest and a difference, what do you mean by that? Lucero?
Yes, miss.
Yes. What do you mean by the word difference in here? Difference
Miss.
between... Yes?
Kalahian, miss.
Again, okay, I will restate the question. What is the difference between the greatest number and the smallest number?
Ang greatest miss mas labaw sila miss nga ang smallest kay mas ubos.
Okay, so I think you have the literal meaning of the difference. I want the mathematical one.
Minus, miss.
Yes, who is that?
Landone, miss. I-minus
Alandone. Yes.
I-minus ang dako sa gamay na value.
Okay, very good. So the mathematical one, when you say difference, is the subtraction. Okay? Is it okay?
Yes, miss.
So we have in our example, we have the table here. 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9. So what is our greatest value?
9.
9. Yes. And our lowest value?
3.
3, miss.
Very good. That is why we have 9 minus 3 is equals to 6. So we have that range of data set. How about in the bar? We have numbers in bar. We have the greatest number is 100 and the lowest is 20, and 100 minus 20 is 80. Now, let me have Nylon. Are you around?
Yes, miss.
Okay, I want you to have this one, the example. What is the greatest number?
Ang greatest miss kay 10.
10
Ang
is
smallest
lowest.
value kay 2.
And it equals?
10 minus 2, so 8 miss.
Okay, very good. So we have our, I'm sorry. Let me annotate. We have our 10 minus 2 is equals to 8. Okay, so that is just how range is. Okay. Question. Question. No question.
None so far, miss.
Okay, let's move. We have average deviation. So average deviation, let's have, Tan, are you already around? Sumbilon?
Average deviation refers to the average of the absolute deviations of the scores around the mean.
Okay, so average deviation refers to the average of the absolute deviation of the scores around the mean. So this is our average deviation, this one. When you see this one, this is our absolute number, our absolute score. And when you see this one, the X bar, that means the mean, okay? Here, let me show you this one, this E, this is the symbol of sigma or summation symbol. If you see this one, you have to add all the numbers. And here, as you can see, it is the summation sigma X minus the cursive U, which also means the mean of population. Okay? And remember the N a while ago, the number of what again? Participants or the respondents, right?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Now let's have, as you can see in our example, we have summation of X minus mean And then we have 0.4 plus 1.4 plus 1.6 plus 0.6 plus 0.4, which is all divided into 5. So we have 4.4 divided by 5, it comes into 0.88, and that is average, our average deviation. Now, I want you to calculate our average deviation. So we have 4 minus 14 equals negative 10. 8 minus 13, we have negative 6. 11 minus 14 is equals to negative 3. 17 minus 14, we have 3. 20 minus 14, we have 6. 24 minus 14, we have 10. 32 minus 14 is equals to 18. Now, what is our total, our summation of the number? Summation. Summation. Anybody?
30, miss.
Yes?
30.
18.
Yes. The last one, who's that?
Katong 18, miss.
Yes.
Bahinting.
Okay, bahinting. Very good, bahinting. Okay, how did you get 18?
Add na ko tanan, miss.
Okay. Next, after. Does that? Okay, you could add all the negative ones and you could add all the positive ones, then you are going to get their difference and you're going to get the summation. But if you have all positive numbers, then you're going to add everything. Then if you have all negative numbers, and again, you're going to add everything. Okay? So we have 10 negative plus negative 6 and negative 3, it will be negative 19. Then, as you can see, if you add 3, 6, 10, it will also be 19. So negative 10 and positive 10, if you add both of them, it will turn into 0. 6 to negative 6, 0. 3 to positive negative 3 is 0. The one that you left is 18. Right? But again, that is not our average deviation. It is just the summation. Now, we have 18. What is our average deviation?
2.57, miss.
Okay, how did you get that?
Kuan, miss, divide 7.
7 from?
Anong sa summation, miss?
Summation? Okay,
Ng
so
pila
it
sa
should
kabuo.
be, yes, that one. It should be the N, the number of participants. Okay, so we have 7 participants, and then 18 divided by 7, then you're going to have 2.57. Correct. Who's that?
Brigana, miss.
Okay. Next. Are you okay? Are you still okay? Are you okay? Hello? Are you still around?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Are you still okay? Responsive? Okay. Now let's have the variance. I want Cortez for the variance. No? Hinon, Cortez, are you around? Okay. Hinon, please.
Variance tells you the degree of spread in your data set.
Okay, so it is the degree of spread in your data set. So we have a formula for that. This is S squared is the symbol for variance. Okay, and again, we have the sigma for summation, and then we have the mean population. We have the mean, we're going to get the mean. And then we have n minus 1, which is the respondent, and then we need to minus it for 1. Okay? Now, in this set, you can see the answer that we have a while ago, that -10, that one, you are going to square it to get the variance. Is it understood? You have to square. So -10 squared is equals to 100. -6 squared is equals to
36, miss.
36. 3 squared
9, miss.
9. 3 squared
9 Japan, miss.
9. We have 6 squared
36, miss.
36. We have 10 squared
100, miss.
100. 18 squared
324.
okay, 324. Very good. And now I want you to tell me what is the summation of all the answers that we have. 100 plus 36 plus 9 plus 9 plus 36 plus 100 plus 324 is equals to
614.
614. Okay. So 614, let's plot our answer. So here we have, and then we are going to put our 614, and then how many participants do we have?
7.
7 minus
1.
minus
6.
1. So we have 6. So 614 divided by 6 is equals to
102.3, miss.
okay, 102.33. Who's that?
Kabiso, miss.
Kabiso. Okay. So our answer is 102.3. That is our variance. Okay? Is everything clear?
Sayap din, miss. Divide 7 din, miss. 87.71 ang answer, miss.
Again, 7 minus 1 because in our formula, n minus 1. So it is 102.33333. Is it correct now?
Yes, miss.
Okay, great. Now let's move. Questions? Do you have questions?
Miss, pila sample variance, miss?
Our variance is 102.3 continuous 3. All you have to do is, this is the summation, and this is the one that we took the summation. It is 614, right?
Yes, miss.
Yes, and then you're going to divide on how many participants that we have. So you're going to put it here. So 614 minus divided by 7 minus 1, so 614 minus 6. So it will come out to 102.33.
Miss, yun sa nabakuha ang kuha, miss, ang mean. Kanang
The
14, miss.
mean. The 14?
Yes, miss, kanang 4 minus 14.
Oh
8
my
minus
God,
14.
a while ago we have the mean. The average of?
Times na, miss, 4 times 3, 12 niya. So, ang data is ba, x times f.
The average
divide.
of, again, we have a while ago, the average value, 4, 8, 11, 17, 20, 24, 32. How much divide plus? Okay, let's have 4, 8 plus 8 plus 11 plus 20 plus 24 plus 32. We have 99. Divide
7 is
7 is equals to 14. We have 14. Is it okay now?
Yes, miss.
Is it clear? Again, do
Clear
not
na, miss.
remember that do not forget, please remember, mean is the average. Okay?
Okay, miss.
Okay, now let's move. So standard deviation, a while ago we have average, and this one is the standard. A while ago, we have taken the answer of our variance, but this time it's gonna be connected, and I want Ruby to read it. Ruby?
Standard deviation.
Deviation.
It is the square root of the quotient of the squared deviation of the mean divided by the total is.
Okay. So it is the square root of what we have a while ago. Again, what is our answer? 600.
14, miss.
614 divided by 7. Just 7 for this one. Okay, we have
102.87. 87.72, miss.
87. Okay, the square root of 87.
Wala decimal, miss.
9.37, miss.
Okay, 9.3. So we have 9.3. Okay? Or 9.36 or 9.37. Question. You can round off the decimal. Second place decimal. Question. Is this clear?
Clear, miss.
Really? Okay. Let's check if you do understand. Because you forgot a while ago, you forgot our mean. So it is the data collected and often organized into formats and are interpreted easily. What is that?
One, miss. Frequency distribution.
Okay, name?
Mahusay, miss.
Mahusay. Okay, Mahusay, very good. Now, the next one is, it is simply means per 100.
Percentage, miss.
Percentage, miss. Kabiso.
Okay, we have percentage. Next, we have the most frequent number.
Mode, miss. Mode.
Yes, who's that? The first one.
Kabisa, miss. Kabisa.
Okay. So we have mode. How about the it refers to the average of the absolute deviation of the scores around the mean.
Average deviation, miss.
Yes, name? Kabiso?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Next, we have tells you the degree of spread in your data set.
Variability or dispersion, miss.
Variance.
Variance. Who's the one who answered variance?
Kabisa, miss.
Wow, Kabiso. Nice. Okay, next we have the middle number.
Median, miss.
Yan, miss.
Name, yes. The first one.
Melancholico, miss.
Okay. So again, let's repeat the other one. The average value.
Mean, miss.
Mean. Name, please.
Melancholico, miss.
Okay. Again, do not forget that the mean is the average value. Okay. Question. Violent reaction.
Miss, katong tanan ni mag-discuss ba? Gi-discuss, miss, kay mo mong ibuhat sa study, miss.
Yes, actually, yes. And that is not all. It's just the starting. We still have the inferential. Are you
Bato
okay?
sa naman, miss.
Yes.
Okay, miss.
Okay. Now let's have the inferential. Cortez. Is Cortez around? Bearing.
Bearing, miss.
Okay. Please read. Please, can you read inferential?
Okay, makita sa screen, miss.
Really? How about the others? Can you still see my screen?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
Okay.
Miss, nakita na, miss. It is used to make inferences about a population based on findings from a sample. It is categorized into parametric and non-parametric.
Okay, so inferential used to make inferences about population. And we have two. We have the parametric and non-parametric. And I know you are familiar with t-test, z-test. Is it right?
Yes, miss.
Okay. So we have the parametric. Can you have it, Henon?
Parametric. It is the one that makes assumptions about parameters, defining properties of the population, distributions from which data are drawn. Data are of interval or ratio type, homogeneity of variance. The population distribution from where the samples are obtained is normal.
Okay. So in parametric, you are going to have an interval or a ratio type. As we have a while ago, I told you in the interval, the measurement, right?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Now let's have, in parametric, we have t-test, z-test, f-test, Pearson product moment coefficient of correlation, simple linear regression analysis, and multiple regression analysis. Okay, are you familiar? Are you familiar with the t-test, z-test, f-test, the Pearson, simple linear and multiple regression?
Murag TTS na, miss.
T-test. So you know how to do the t-test.
Nakalimot na, miss.
Okay. So we are going to have the t-test. So this might be your process, or we have the 6 steps of hypothesis testing. So note when to use the t-value. You're going to use the t-value only if the variance is unknown. And then the sample size is less than 30. Okay? Hello?
Yes, miss.
Okay. So you can have this step number 1. In step number 1, you are going to state your null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Step 2, you're going to choose what type of test statistics you're going to use. It could be z-test or it could be t-test. And then you are going to determine the critical value or critical region of your decision. You could have two-tail or single or one-tail graph. Then after taking that, you will be having your p-value from that table, t-test table. After taking your p-value, you can now put the sample result in the critical region. If it lays in the critical region, then you are going to reject your null hypothesis. If it doesn't lies in the critical region, then you are going to support your null hypothesis. After that, you have the 6th step, which you're going to make your decision or your conclusion. Okay? Now let's have our t-test. T-test, please. Malunhaw.
T-test. These tests require a normal distribution. The level of measurement must either be interval and ratio.
Okay, so in the t-test, we are going to, or you might be using interval or the ratio 1. Now, I have here the instruction on how you are going to take your t-test. Step 1. Subtract each y score from each x score. So score 1 will be the x and score 2 will be the y. Okay? So subtract. What will be the answer? 3 minus 20.
17.
Negative 17, miss.
Negative 17. We have 3 minus 13.
Negative 10, miss.
Negative 10. 3 minus 13, again, negative 10. 12 minus 20.
Negative 8, miss.
Negative 8. 15 minus 29.
Negative 14, miss.
Negative 14. 16 minus 32.
Negative 16, miss.
Negative 16. 17 minus 23.
Negative 6, miss.
Negative 6. 19 minus 20. Okay, negative 1. 24 minus 25.
Negative 2, miss.
Negative 2. 24 minus 15.
9.
9. 32 minus 30.
2, miss.
Okay. So after we add, after we subtract, then step 2. Add up all the value from step 1. Set this number aside for a moment. So what is the total of our answer? We have 17, 10, 10, 8, negative 8, negative 14, negative 15, negative 16, negative 6, negative 1, negative 2, 9, and 2. What is the total? Again, we have negative 17, negative 10, negative 10, negative 8, negative 14, negative 16, negative 6, negative 1, negative 2, 9, and 2. What is the total?
Negative 73.
Yes, negative 73. So set that aside for a moment and let's have step number 3. Square the difference between step 1, differences from step 1. So we have negative 17 squared.
289, miss.
289. 10 squared.
100, miss.
100. Again, 10 squared, 100. 8 squared.
64, miss.
64. 14 squared.
196, miss.
196. Negative 16 squared.
256, miss.
Okay. Negative 6 squared.
36, miss.
Okay. Negative 1 squared.
1, miss.
Negative 2 squared.
4, miss.
4,
9 squared.
81, miss.
3,
81. 2 squared.
4,
4. Very
4,
good. So now let's move to step number 4. Add up all the squared differences from step 3. So add. We have 289, 100, 100, 64, 196, 256, 36, 1, 4, 81, and 4. What is the total?
1,131 is
1,131. Very good. So now we are going to, okay. Step 5, use the following formula to calculate the t-score. Our t-score is the paired t-test. It is this one. Okay? Let me, okay. Can you see my screen?
Blanco, miss.
Yes, it's blank. Is it? We have our formula. Our formula is T is equals to the square root. We have summation x minus y divide by n. Can you see it?
Yes,
We have
miss.
summation x minus y squared minus sigma x minus y over n. And this is squared. and it is divided by n minus 1 times n. Okay. So we have, that is our formula. Now, we are going to plot t is equals to, what is the sigma x minus y? A while ago, the one that we have x minus y,
Negative 73, miss.
very good. Negative 73. Divide. How many participants do we have?
11, guro, miss.
11. Very good. Now, under the square root, we have the sigma. What is the total or the summation of x minus y squared?
$1,131, miss.
1,131. Okay, 1,131 minus again dx minus y, negative 73. This will be squared. Squared over 11. Down. We have our n. N is 11, the number of, what's that?
Participants, miss.
Very good. Number of participants. So here we have it. We have negative 73 divided by 11.
Negative 255.
Yes?
Sa ako ang total mas kaya negative 255 points.
Negative 73 divide 11.
Ay, na-5 miss. Wala.
This one here, this is our first. Negative 73 divide 11.
Negative 6.64, miss.
Okay, negative 6.64. Okay. Now let's have move down the square root. And we have the sigma of 1,131 minus, okay, the square root of 73. Negative 73. Negative 73.
Five, 3, 2, 9, miss.
Okay, 5,329. We have 5. We have 3. We have 2. We have 9. And over 11. Over 11 minus 1. Okay, 11 minus 1 is
10, miss.
10 times 11.
110.
110. Very good. So we have this one. So T is equals to negative 6.64 and square root of, so sigma 1, 1, 3, 1. I'm sorry about that. So 5329 divide 11 is equals to
646.55 meters.
Again, 5329 divide to 11.
484.45.
484.4.
Okay, so we have, let me erase this one because it doesn't look like.
484.46.
We have B in here, and our answer is
484.46.
8, 4, point 4, 5. Okay, and then divide 110. So 1131 divide minus 484.45 is equals to
10,646, miss.
646.55.
Okay, so we have 646, 6,
46.
4, sorry, 6, 4, 6.5, 5 over 110. Point 64. Let's write our 64. Now, 646.55 divide by 110.
5.88.
7.
Okay, let me put it here in the top. Is it okay?
Yes, miss.
Okay,
Long
miss.
arrow. So we have 5.88. My gosh. Over, we have, the top is negative 6. Okay. Negative 6.64. What is your answer? Negative 6.64 divide 5.88 is equals to.
Square root ang kuha, miss.
Sorry. Yes, you have to square root the 5.58. 5.88 is the square. What's the square root?
2.42.
Okay, we have 2.42. So 6.64 divide 2.42. Negative 6.64 divide 2.42.
Negative
Negative
2.74.
2.74.
Okay, so we have negative 2.
2.74.
I guess I will clear all the drawings, okay? Our answer is negative 2
2.74.
2.74. And that is not the end. That is only the value that we are going to look in our T table. Okay? Hello?
Okay, guys.
Okay. So in our T table, let's make it smaller. 2 negative 2.74. So if we are going to have this one, are you okay? Are you still okay, everybody?
Yes,
Okay.
miss.
Does any part of your head hurts?
Wala ra, miss.
How about the others? Okay. Just tell me if you can't carry it on so that we can stop and we will continue tomorrow. This will be our last one. Okay?
Okay, miss.
So we have, this is our shaded area. This is what we call the critical value. Critical value. This is 2.74 belongs in the first, here in the first line. This is where the negative 2.74 is placed. Miss, how did you get that shaded part? Okay, you are going to use the alpha. If you don't know the significant number, you are going to use the alpha, which is the default one, 0.05. Okay? This is our critical value. And remember, we have our degrees of freedom. How to get the degrees of freedom is, you have the number of participants minus 1. So ours is 11 minus 1, and we have 10. Okay? So we are going to look for the table. Let's go to the table. So this is our table. This is the T table, T test table. This is our 0.5. This is our value, our alpha. Here, this is our alpha, as you can see. Can you see it?
Yes, miss.
Then this is the degrees of freedom. This is the one that we have the n minus 1. We have 11 minus 1, we have 10. So let's move to number 10. This is number 10. And go to the number that corresponds in 0.05. 0.05. So we have 1.812, right?
Yes, miss.
Okay, remember 1.812. Let's go back to our board. What is that? 1.812. Okay. Which part do you think 1.812 will belong? Is it hit? Will it lies in the critical value or not?
It lies guru, miss.
No, right? Because it could be here. 1.812, right? Here in this area. It may be here in this area. Right? Hello?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so this means if it does not hit in the critical value, you are going to support your null hypothesis. Support. But if it lies in here, inside the critical value, then you are going to reject your null hypothesis and you are going to support the alternative hypothesis. So conclusion, your conclusion is you are going to support the null hypothesis and rejects the alternative hypothesis. Okay?
Okay, miss.
Are you okay?
Okay, miss.
Okay, miss.
I know that some of you got drained in our discussion. Are you still okay? Are you sure? We will continue that tomorrow. And thank you for coming today. And I hope you learn and do not forget what you have, the other earlier one. And announcement, assessment will be posted on Tuesday. Okay. See you tomorrow and goodbye. Have a good day.
Thank you, miss. Bye. Bye, miss.
Bye.
Bye, miss. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.